And I know God says to be the bigger person and to forgive people, but not all the time. I never said I was the bigger person. I'm literally 5'3". I physically can be the bigger person, bitch. What's good, y'all? It's New Jersey's Princess, Curly Jen, and we're with Trash Mag, and I'm ready to talk some shit. What's a lie men tell that women never believe? Common one is money. That they'll be like, yeah, I could do this, I could do that for you, I got this, shorty. But they don't really got it. And another one, she's just a friend. She's just my friend. You and that bitch could go to hell together. She's just my friend. Or they'll tell you, oh, it's not like that. Or they'll say, oh, I was gonna tell you. And they don't tell you shit. She's crazy. Why every girl you come across crazy? The backstory usually be they're playing in her face. They're trying to do a two-timing thing where they play both sides with multiple women. And it's usually when a girl's crashing out after you disrespected her a certain amount of times. It's always, oh, she's crazy. But like, what did you do to get her crazy? You know, nobody's just like that for no reason. And if they are, they should be admitted to a mental hospital. I'm crazy, but you're here though. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't align. Oh wait, what's a petty decision you made that you still stand by? Don't do to me what you don't want done to you. I've done many things to people and they will literally make me look like the bad guy, tell everybody else what I did, but they'll never say what they did first. And I know God says to be the bigger person and to forgive people, but not all the time. I'm not gonna do that all the time. I never said I was the bigger person. I'm literally 5'3". I physically can be the bigger person, bitch. What's a non-sexual phrase that turns you on? I think when men say like, whatever you want, it's whatever you want. And nothing like if I just say like, yo, I want to go to the park today and just sit down and just go to the park or something. He's like, it's whatever you want to do. It's whatever you want. You know, like. Yeah.
So it's not necessarily just.
No, it's not only monetary. Of course, that's a plus. But if it's like I just wanna, you know, I told my man I want to go to, you know, something for girls. Like I want to go to like a brunch or whatever, and he's like, whatever you want. Like we'll go there. Even if he doesn't like it necessarily, he's just gonna do it because I want to do it. What's something society glorifies that you think is toxic? Being a player or like being P, keeping it P. Like you could keep it P with situations like standing on business with like. When people try to play with you, like you kept it P, you feel me? But when it comes to relationship shit and you're like, oh, I kept it P, like, yeah, he ain't about to hurt my emotions, she ain't about to hurt my emotions, I'm keeping it P, I'm about to do this, like, you're a loser. Like, come on, like, what happened to being in love? Like, I miss when being in love was like like it was glorified. Now, like, everybody's like future. Everybody wanna be future, like, yeah, everybody wants to be P. Like, I don't wanna be P. I'm a damsel in distress. I do watch Love Island. Don't get me started. I don't like what Love Island's become because I used to watch Love Island too, like before it was popping. And it was more so about like focus on finding love. Now I feel like it's who's the most P, like who could pull the most, you know, who can stay in the game. Like I don't like the concept of it now. Like I feel like Ace is low-key the least authentic.
Why is that?
He just seen how Huda and Jeremiah were locked in and immediately was like, nah, I'm not. You know, like he wanted them out. Like I feel like he really wants that 100K. Like it's giving he wants that 100K. And I don't know, I heard rumors that he knows some of the girls on the show. So it's giving like calculated. I don't know. What's a green flag that low-key gives you the ick? I guess when a guy is like super obsessed with me and they be like super obsessed with me because it's like, it is a green flag, but it depends how super obsessed they are with me and what stage. Because if it's like in the beginning stages, it's an ick. Because it's like, it feels like you're love bombing me. Right. And it feels like you have some type of like issues or trauma that's like making you act like that towards me. And then I feel like I'm put up to a certain expectation and it's like too early on for that. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't really got to know you for you to be that obsessed with me. You know? I feel like when you're obsessed with me in the middle stages of our relationship or like the end, that's attractive because it's like you got to know me. Yeah, cause are you like that with every woman? You know what I mean? Like, I guess that could be a green flag, but to me, that's a red flag. What's the dumbest thing you ever posted and deleted? I did a reel throwing a sub at my ex one time, and he saw it, and he sent it to me. He was like, you're corny. I deleted that shit mad quick. I was like, what are you fucking talking about?
What? Wait, you posted a reel of you throwing a sub at him?
Yeah, I posted a reel, and I was just like, I was basically like, yo, like, you ever had a nigga that don't leave you the fuck alone or some shit like that? And then he seen it and was like, you're corny. I just seen what you posted. And I was like, nah, I made myself cringe. I was like, I should delete that.
You just stood on business though.
Nah, it was corny. I was like, it was corny. What's a trip everyone hypes up, but you'd never do again? When I went to LA, I was expecting like the Hollywood on TV, like sunny, palm trees everywhere. I went there and there was parts that looked like Newark, New Jersey. I'm like, what is this? Like, it was underwhelming when I went there. It wasn't like, you know, when I go to Miami, it's giving Miami the way it is. When I went to LA, it was literally giving East Orange. LA, it was giving Newark. It was not giving LA. When you go to Beverly Hills, that's when you get the little LA vibe. Then it's like you feel it, but certain parts of LA don't feel like LA. It's weird. What's something broke people always have money for? Weed. Weed, yo. One thing about niggas, they gonna complain that they got no money, but you always see them with an eighth. Like, how did you get that eighth, twin?
Bags.
How did you get that? Like, the priorities be off. It's never that serious. That's a big ass turn off. If your priorities are not straight, like, I'm not gonna be like doing certain things if I'm broke. Like, I'm not gonna be flexing and going outside and going to eat expensive places if I'm broke. I'm just not gonna do that. So if you over here, you wanna relax and smoke a blunt when you got no money, get your ass up and go find some money. What's something you do that would get you judged? There's a lot of things I do that would probably get me judged. Okay, something that I do that would get me judged, maybe because so I'll be sleeping and I'll have the Bible play in the background, and I'll wake up in the morning and the Bible will be playing in the background. I'll do work, the Bible will be playing in the background, and sometimes I will call people on FaceTime and they'll be like, what is that voice in the background, or what are you watching? And I'll be like, oh, I just got the Bible on.
What's behind that? Like, why do you just play the Bible?
Because I feel like if I have a busy day and I can't get the word in, I feel like just having the word play out loud while I'm working is helping me get the word in, and then also it's comforting. Like, when I go to sleep with the Bible, I feel like it protects me, you know? Because I used to have really bad sleep paralysis, really, really bad, like. But my life was also in shambles when that was happening, so that could have been also why. And ever since I started getting closer to God and like prayed every night, left the Bible on and stuff, nothing really happens to me. I feel so at peace when I sleep. I literally feel so protected. G.O.D. Holding it down. What's the biggest adult life hack? I have a lot. I always be finding loopholes to shit. I would say this might sound corny, but having faith. Having faith everything will work out. Having faith in God. And not stressing, because when you stress, I feel like it just makes situation worse and adds. When I have like situations that I feel like, damn, what am I gonna do? And I'm just like, alright, whatever, I'm gonna leave it to God. Like, I can't really do nothing. It just resolves itself, just like not stressing. Like, just understanding that like everything's a bump in the road, and like, you know, you have no control over a lot of things. So once you let go and understand that things are gonna happen the way they need to happen, your life just gets better. What's a TV show that ended too soon? Midnight Gospel. It's on Netflix. Midnight Gospel. It's like basically it's like this cartoon, right? But behind the voices is like a podcast, like a man's podcast, and like he's saying like real shit in every podcast, like having like serious conversations. But the cartoons that like is saying all the words and stuff, it doesn't match up with the podcast. It's just like different crazy shit. Like in episode 1, he was in a zombie apocalypse as a cartoon, killing all these people. You just have to watch it. It's the best for people who have ADHD. It forces you to pay attention. Because like, they're talking about things that could be boring if you're just watching two people talk, you know, on a podcast. But they make it a cartoon. So it's the podcast audio with the cartoon. You're so locked in the cartoon because the cartoon is crazy, like, that you're listening to what they're actually saying. So Midnight Gospel, they need to bring back a season 2. They only did a season 1. I recommend you watch it if you haven't. What's something men do on dates that makes them look cheap even if they pay? This is a good one. They don't tip. Or they tip bad. Like, I'm a giver and I'm a firm believer in like giving to receive, and I give without intention of even receiving, you know? But I just think it's good to like give and make people feel good. I feel like if you're stingy with like a dinner date and like clock what I'm ordering and like, you know, tip low or like don't tip at all, that's such a big turn off. I've literally once never talked to a guy again because he did not tip. It's a character flaw. It shows me exactly how you're gonna treat me in our relationship, so why would I? If you can't even give a decent person who's servicing you like a good tip for their hard work and they're doing everything right, they're communicating with you well and all that, that just shows me that if I communicate with you well, if I'm doing anything to assist you, you're gonna be selfish and you're not gonna wanna like, you know, take care of me. You're just gonna worried about being catered to instead of catering back. Would you change clothes if your man asked you to? Absolutely fucking not.
Why not?
Nah, wait, hold on. It depends. If it's too much for real, like, but like, I just feel like, you know, you're with a baddie, you should know that. Like, I don't want nobody trying to change me, number one. Like, you know, like, if you got with me, you know what it comes with, you know how I like to dress, you know how I like to perceive myself. If you start changing me while we're together, that's a red flag to me, you know? That's just my opinion. It's different if I was coming to you a certain way and then start to change my style, then it's like, you have a reason to feel uncomfortable because you never signed up for that. But if you see me with my little booty out on the street and pulled up on me and we get into a relationship and you're like, don't wear none of that, it's an issue. You're controlling and you're manipulative. I just be like, yo, you met me like this. Like, I'll be like, stop, don't do that. Because as soon as you start doing that, you're done. And then they'll be like, oh, then they start backing off and like, you know. But it's happened a few times. They'll be like, oh, you wore that out, or why you wearing that, or this and that. Like, you knew what it was when you met me. This is Kelly Jen, y'all, New Jersey's princess. And then if it ain't trash, it's trash.